Right off the press, this is just a fresh study that came out, especially with these new 5G networks. It's important. You need to hear this. Most people, when they have a cell phone, they put it right up into their head and they're talking. Well, they've now shown they took mice and they injected them with blue dye. Now, when they injected them with the blue dye and they cut open the tissues, all of the tissues were blue, right? Because the blue dye went into the tissues, except when they got to brain. And the brain was nice and pink. Why? Because there's something called, it's like a force field around the brain, called the blood-brain barrier. And it blocked that harmful dye from getting into the brain. Now, what was crazy, they took the 5G phone and put it up next to the mice's head, all of the mice. And when they injected them with blue dye, at the same time they had those phones to their head receiving a signal, they noticed that when they cut them open, not only was the tissue blue, and before where the brains had been pink, now they were blue. There's electrical systems in the brain called the calcium ion gating channels, and those phones are triggering that somehow, opening the gates, and it's like the force field's open and all the outside's getting in and it's causing damage. So when you do that for a period of time, do you think that's going to add to Alzheimer's? I think you know it will. Is it going to cause other brain disorders and neurological diseases? Stand by, because that's what's happening. If you're going to talk on your cell phone, keep it over here. If you have to, the earbuds are the lesser of the two evils, but they still do emit some of that voltage.